All right, guys, just as I predicted, so Indiana Fever had named Stephanie White as the next head coach. Called it my last video. So it says, we have named Stephanie White as our next head coach. Welcome home, Stephanie White. This is a great hire for a lot of reasons, but we're going to get into all the details. Like, especially for this season, the only reason she took the job is because she felt like they had a roster that can go to the finals. She's done it before. She was a part of the team that went to the finals and led them to the finals as the head coach in her first year. So she looked at that roster and she said, yo, this is a team I think I can take to the finals. That's the only reason she would have taken this job. So the Fever, they're trying to make a finals run push this upcoming season. It's crazy. They went from not being a good team to they're trying to make a finals push, and they have a huge window to win. You know, they got a lot of years ahead of them. So this is good. I think this is a great hire, but we'll, you know, obviously we'll see as time goes if it's a great hire. Kelly said this upon the hiring. She said, I'm confident there's no one who better understands our culture or is more equipped to lead our group of players to the next level. I was her on hiring Stephanie White, and I couldn't agree more. Indiana's literally in her blood, so it was a good pick. I'm going to play this clip for you guys.
Yeah, at different points, it was pretty cool that I got to win a national championship in my home state, that I got to be a part of a WNBA championship in my home state, play professionally in my home state, and then be the head coach of my home franchise. That was really pretty cool.
And then, you know, for her own comments on the team when she joined, this is what she said. She said, I'm incredibly proud and honored to return home to Indiana and lead the Fever during such a pivotal moment in the franchise's history, as well as during such an important time throughout women's athletics. A lot of people bringing up this portion of what she said. I look forward to working hard every day to help deliver another WNBA title to the greatest basketball fans in the world. Her former player said. She said the Indiana Fever had the nastiest fans in the W. Ill. A lot of people are bringing this back up. It's kind of interesting. You know what I wonder, though? Like, if the Sun would have won the finals, if she would have stayed in Connecticut. I'm kind of interested. And if the Fever would have still fired Christy Sides, and if they did fire Christy Sides, who would they hire if not Stephanie White? This was interesting. So this was Caitlin's comments on Stephanie White a while back. A lot of people bringing this up as to why they'll gel well together. So I'm gonna play this clip.
Noticed that the first person that you greeted from the Connecticut team was actually head coach Stephanie White. You know, what was that like to catch up with her in your pro debut?
Yeah. She's obviously called a lot of my games all throughout college, and I just think she has a really great basketball mind. I think she's done a great job calling college games. It's been great to see her on NBA games. I think what she's done is she's obviously, you know, she's been a trailblazer, honestly. Like, I think she's always been somebody that's been supportive of my game, and it's been fun to talk to her at shoot-arounds throughout my college career, and always been really supportive. And yeah, so I think the biggest thing is just it's fun to go against her now for my first time after her calling a lot of my games. Now I get to play against her, so I think that's going to be a lot of fun for the both of us.
Because they've had a great relationship, it looks like, all the way even during her college years. So Stephanie been watching her for a long time, so I'm sure she will know exactly what to do to make Caitlin the best possible player. Now for Stephanie White, a lot of people brought up her comments on Caitlin after her first 2 games, so I'm gonna play this clip.
You know, looking at all these things that people are talking about, it's like, guys, chill out. Like, she's gonna be fine. Like, it's 2 games in. Are you kidding me? She's a student of the game. She got better every year. You're not going to just absorb all of the new information that's coming at you in 2 games, in 2 weeks. It takes time. And she will. I have no doubt about it. She's a student of the game. She continues to get better. And these are also points that coaches then address. Hey, let's continue to work on this. But it's really hard to work on some of those things in season. So this might be an off-season thing, right? Let's continue to play to our strengths. Let's find different ways to get the ball to our players. And then when we get time in the offseason, then we'll work on that next step or that next level.
Now, those were like past comments a lot of people were bringing up. Now, as of for recent, she went on ESPN. You know, she joined the show to talk about her joining after being coach of the year with the Sun. And she actually already spoke to the team. So they knew about, you know, her signing prior to it being announced to everyone. So she went on ESPN and spoke, and she talked about a little bit of her convo with Caitlin, which I'm going to play for you guys.
Worked on both sides of it in the media and in the coaching realm, and being a player in this league as well. I mean, this is the moment that we've been waiting for. So I don't know if you prepare for it as much as you just embrace it, embrace where we are. Think about the momentum moving forward, where we wanted this league to be and where we still aspire for it to go. And just embrace this moment, embrace this opportunity, continue to help this team, this franchise be better, position ourselves for success.
Absolutely. Have you spoken, I'm curious, to Caitlin, and what was that conversation, if you could share any of that?
Yeah, I spoke with Caitlin last night, and I think just overall excitement. You know, I have been watching Caitlin play since she was an 8th grader. When I was
8th grade.
And
and covering her games in college, and just an exciting time for me. Very excited to be working with her and this young team. Not to mention it, there's some pretty cool symmetry. You wore number 22 for the Indiana Fever. I mean, maybe it's too soon to say, but you could potentially be coaching the last player to ever wear 22 for the Indiana Fever. That's pretty cool. It's very cool. I saw when they posted that today. I thought it was unique, certainly. She's a lot better, number 22. She puts the ball in the hole a lot more. But I just can't wait. You know, she's a student of the game. Yeah. She loves the game of basketball. She has been so great in how she's handled, you know, all of the attention. She just wants to play. She just wants to win. And I'm looking forward to coaching players like that and this young franchise, this young team, and taking our next steps. Stephanie, thank you so much. Congratulations again to you and your family. By the way, your busy day continues.
That's dope. So I didn't know since 8th grade. I didn't know that part. I think she'll live up to the pressure. She's been there before. But the pressure she's going to feel next year is 10 times more than she's ever felt, even back to when they made it to the finals when she was the coach. So this is like a new level. Like, this is, you know, every game she's going to be strongly critiqued. You know, every game's going to be trending. A lot of people are going to tune into the game. So it's like, it's almost the Fever becoming like the Lakers. You know, everybody watches the Lakers game. You know, they critique the coach should have did this. They should have ran this play. They should have did this. So it's a lot different. You know, the Sun, they played the Fever, people will critique it, but with the Fever, they're becoming like a Lakers, Cowboys, that type of team, but for the WNBA. So every single game she plays, she got to be prepared to be able to deal with that criticism, which I think she will. The first time around when she made the finals compared to, you know, her trying to get to it now, is going to be a way, way, way tougher journey because all the media attention is going to be on the Fever. And on top of that, the lead's getting better and better. It's going to be a lot harder, you know, it's going to be a lot harder, but I'm interested to see how she does. I like this little tribute they made for her. It was this one. It says Stephanie White is homegrown. Indiana Miss Basketball in high school, brought Purdue their first ever national title. Assistant coach for our first WNBA championship. There's no better to lead us into our next era of Fever basketball. So
new Fever head coach Stephanie White returns to Indiana with one of the most legendary basketball resumes in the history of the sport. That begins with a decorated playing career with its roots right here in the Hoosier State. White set the IHSAA girls basketball scoring record, was named Indiana Miss Basketball in 1995, and USA Today National Player of the Year. That took her to Purdue University, where appropriately she played her first season under another legendary Fever head coach, Lynn Dunn. White would help usher in the golden era of Purdue women's basketball, leading the Boilermakers to their first and only national championship. White was named the top player in the nation that year, and she still stands as the third leading scorer all time at Purdue. It was then on to the WNBA, where after one season in Charlotte, her hometown Indiana Fever were preparing for their inaugural season in 2000, when they made their first trade in franchise history, acquiring the local legend Stephanie White. White played 4 seasons in Indiana, helping set the foundation for years of Fever success to come. Her cerebral style of play immediately made her a prime candidate for coaching, and that's just what White did. And after 4 years at the collegiate level as an assistant, she moved to the WNBA. In 2011, White came back to Indiana as an assistant, reuniting with Lynn Dunn. White's impact was immediately felt, helping coach the team to a championship in 2012. After Lynn Dunn decided to retire from coaching in 2014, there was one clear option for general manager Kelly Krauskopf: to promote Stephanie White to the head chair.
Stephanie White wins her first game as a WNBA head coach.
First time she's been a head coach. What does it mean to be able to get her first win?
It's awesome. You know, she's just a great person, and I think for all of us, we would run through a wall for her.
And that decision paid off immensely and immediately. Behind White and Tamika Catchings, the Fever put together one of the most memorable Cinderella runs in WNBA playoff history.
We won't get this again. There's no saving. There's no conserving. You leave everything that you have out there on the floor.
In Stephanie White's very first season as WNBA head coach, the Fever went where no one thought they could go, the WNBA Finals. White's Fever nearly pulled one of the great upsets in league history, finishing as Eastern Conference champions and just one win away from a title. White would later go on to coach 5 years at Vanderbilt, but in 2023, the WNBA came calling again as White joined the Connecticut Sun, and they did what Stephanie White teams do. They won. After losing their MVP Jonquel Jones in the offseason, White helped guide the team to an even better record in her first year, earning WNBA Coach of the Year honors along the way. In her 2 seasons in Connecticut, White helped lead the Sun to a 55-25 record when the unbelievable opportunity became available to return home, to again coach the Indiana Fever with the goal of bringing the WNBA championship trophy back to Indiana.
All the players are happy, they approve of it. I look forward to seeing what she does. I think it was a great hire. Hopefully everything works out. I fully expect them to be in the playoffs and make a deep run, but you know, we'll see what happens. So I'm gonna hear your thoughts on that in the comment section, and as always, it's your boy.